Hello everyone, it's Vicky here today, designing for Pink Fresh Studio, and I am using the Simple Things collection. And I wanted to do a big title on my layout today, so you'll see how this goes. I'm cutting some strips here that are 3 inches wide, and I'm going to use these on my page. I'm not going to fill the whole page like that, but I'm just trying to gather my thoughts on color coordination here. So I'm going to rip some pieces, just like you can see here. Just very uneven rip. I don't want it to be particularly even or tidy. I just want to have some torn edges. And then what I'm going to do is put some letters, hand cut letters over the top in the same color. So you'll see what I'm saying in just a second. It will make more sense once I start to do it. But I'm trying to line up the pattern as much as I can as well. But I mean, it's not perfect. I could because I kind of forget what I'm doing with the L and then end up with it being too close to the edge. But more or less, that's what I'm trying to do here. So you don't see them very well when I put them back down, but I am going to draw around them and I am going to put them on foam. So yeah, so I'm just sort of hand cutting them really. I've done this lots of times before, so I'm pretty used to doing it and pretty confident with it. I don't even really draw them out anymore. I just cut them away. They don't have to be perfect. Okay, so got the L and the E. Just starting to cut the V. I think in a second I'm going to cut through this so that you don't have to watch all the letters. But we'll see what happens. Yeah, there you go. And that's the O. Okay, now you might notice that my camera is slipping as I'm doing this, and I didn't realize when I was actually filming that that was happening. So apologies that eventually this is going to go off center, but just to let you know. Now this color, I didn't really like how the letter looked on that pinky color, so I flipped it over and decided to use the blue checkered instead, and I think that that looks good. Okay, so you can see my photos there. That's my dog looking super cute and chilled, taken by a friend of mine. And yeah, and so I thought Love was a perfect title for him. And as I said, I really love making big, bold titles like this. So you'll see a few of them. I'm cutting off or ripping off slightly more of that paper. I just thought that I just had a little bit too much because I want to put some mixed media and I think really it was taking up too much room on the page. So I am distressing the edges of each of these pieces. So the top and bottom is torn and the edges are distressed. And I like how that looks. And I'm going to, oh, yeah, now I'm going to do some mixed media here. And I have 4 different colours and I've kept them out specifically so that I can tell you what they are. I'm so organised today. So this first one is passion fruit. And I have all the ink cubes, but of course these also come in the full size ink pads. I just put some onto my little piece of plastic there, and then I add a bit of water and then I smoosh it onto my page like that. And I'm just going to put each sort of corresponding colour below. So this second colour is called Summer Shower. It's a pale blue, super pretty. And this all looks very messy, but once you put everything back on top, it looks much happier, much neater. So this one's called Storm, much deeper blue, Very lovely colour. And this final one is called Sage, which is sort of a grey green. Hard to describe, but it matches well with the colour of the papers. So there we go. As you can see, it looks a little bit messy at the moment, but once we put our piece of paper back on, it looks much better. So I'm going to put some foam on the back of the letters, which is going to pop that off of the page. So it's going to make it look a little bit more 3D. And you can see it's a very subtle shape on that background. I wanted it to be a little bit, I didn't want it to stick out lots and lots. I want it to be subtle. So I'm just sticking them down and I'm overlapping them slightly here, just so that they don't quite go to the edge of the page. And I really love this effect. I think it's just really nice, sort of almost like a shadow effect with the letters, which I love. Okay, and the camera's slipping even further still. I can't believe I didn't notice, to be honest. You can even see my cup of tea there in the corner, which I thought was off camera. Okay, so I'm going to put both photos over on this side by the L and the O. I'm not sure what I'm doing in the background there. There we go. So I'm just looking for some embellishments in this collection. And before I do that, I'm going to add some foam to the back of the photos to pop them up. There we go. So that pops those off of the page. I've got the vellum florals here, which I'm going to use to just color coordinate. So I'm sort of putting the same colors onto their respective sections, if you see what I mean. And I really like how that looks. I like this little tag. It says, "Believe in yourself, you're going to do big things." And it kind of made me smile with these photos because we were away for a murder mystery sort of weekend. It was like a city escape. So you walk around the city and you solve the clues. And Buster, my dog, was dressed for a while as Sherlock Holmes or Sherlock Bones, as I liked to call him. So yeah, so he was doing big things. He was a detective, and it was super fun. I think he enjoyed it. But this is him resting up afterwards. He's exhausted. All that detecting. Okay, so I'm just going to stick that on the top of there. That's sort of popped up on some foam as well. This is quite 3D, this layout. Okay, I'm going to use these very small puffy letters. It says "My Heart." And I like how that looks. I love those little scripty letters. They're really little and they're just super cute. And then, of course, what would be a layout from me without some enamel dots? So I'm going to colour code some enamel dots onto here at the bottom, and that will finish off the layout. I'm really, really happy with how this turned out. I thought it was super fun to make, and I love the shadowy effect of the title. I hope you like it too. Here is the final layout, and there are some close-ups as well for you to have a look at. Please let me know if you have any questions. I will link up the collection I used below, and I will put the names of the ink colours that I used as well, so that you can reference those if you want to do anything with those. But yeah, so just a reminder, this has been Vicki, and for Pink Press Studio. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.